So we're back here again. While we're here, as in why we exist, it's Sunday, June 22nd, 2025. This can be your morning meditation. We have no limits. We can meditate everywhere. Good morning, Zach. We just started this. Now, when we hear the word meditate, I don't think most people even know what that is. Especially in the West. You don't have to sit in some corner where it's all dark. And what does it mean to meditate? It simply means to be aware of your thoughts. You don't have to do this when you're just sitting down. Your body is more relaxed, and so sitting down can be relatively easy. But you can actually be aware of your thoughts and stare them down when you're swimming, while you're eating food, so next time when you're eating food, don't just gobble it all down. If you take your time with it and just chew slowly, follow your breath as you eat, realistically, your whole life will change. Meditation will change your life. We always think, oh, we know. We know how something's going to turn out. But it always doesn't turn out exactly how we know, how we think. So we can meditate while we're walking, during any activity. While we're working construction. There's no limits. Hello, Rich G. Big Pun Pack 1. Inferno Games. This is the best thing. So, it's the best to know this. And then you can experience this. Because the best thing is to feel your life. To feel alive. Which is right inside of you. And it's right now. I've been doing this so long, I don't need to close my eyes. Yeah. Closing your eyes, that's really good, Zach. It's, if you like to, and also for beginners. And when you turn inward, so that kind of automatically happens when you close your eyes. So some people need that. Hello, Bradley. Yeah. How are you, Bradley? I close my eyes and watch my thoughts until they fade. Yeah. And you're left with a pure sense of I am. Yeah. And it's like a muscle memory. It gets easier with time. Yeah. Now, I will say, and I'm actually going to make a video after this, if you've been watching like Eckhart Tolle and anyone spiritual for years on end, and you're still having a bunch of thoughts, so if you've been going to church for a long time, maybe studying a scripture, and you're still having a bunch of thoughts on your head, then you need a technique. Because some people need techniques. That's why there is techniques. So if you've been listening to Eckhart Tolle for 10 years, It's usually for older people, and you're still not sitting there in the self, and your thoughts haven't stopped completely, then you need an actual technique. Yeah. I'm glad to hear that, Zach. That's absolutely amazing. Yeah. So, most people can't handle the truth. Their mind, it can't fathom it. It's the exact opposite. So, awareness, being in your pure being, it is the exact opposite of what you think. You think it's a fantasy land. Your mind is the fantasy land. It's the fake reality. The real reality is actually a non-thinking reality. This whole dome, this whole realm that we stay in, life, you can only feel it. Our reality is a felt-based reality. It's not in your thought. It is not a thinking reality. You only have thoughts when you choose to, Bradley? Well, then that's amazing. Yeah. Some people have like 50% thoughts, maybe 75% thoughts. But there's things you can do to increase your awareness, to increase your energy, to where basically you have no thoughts most of the day. Yeah. Yeah. Zach says, I just like to tell people that it is possible. Yeah. And that's just telling people, even if the person doesn't know like what they're talking about, even if a person hasn't even experienced the stillness inside of them, it still rings a bell to them. And it still actually is inside of them. So yeah, telling people, even being in your own essence, living your life, what you truly love to do, that fixes the whole world. Yeah, abiding in yourself, doing what your calling is, it actually feeds the whole world. Yeah, you're just a regular guy. And maybe it did take years of work. Maybe, you spent lifetimes of doing this. As we learn, we are actually progressing towards this. The whole point of why we are alive is to come towards this. Reality wants you to find it. It wants you to find itself. Because you think in your mind, oh, I am it. You actually are reality. When your mind stops thinking, you become absorbed into your surroundings. You become the presence, the God that they talk about. You become one with it. Yeah. Yeah. Most people don't even know about awareness or spirituality. It takes an evolution to get there. Not an evolution of our physicality. You only have thoughts when you choose to, Bradley. And it takes years of hard work or work. The more that you want it, this is your calling. Because again, most people don't know this. So even knowing this, it's the best thing even to know. This is what we all want because it's pure bliss. It's pure love. You don't have to try. I don't have to try to love my neighbor, though it seems like there's a manual to do that. I don't have to try to be nice. I don't have to try to be fearless. You only have to try when you're stuck in the mind. Because when you lose your mind, the no mind state, which is what God is, then you have no fears. You just feel one with reality. Toad says, what is your stance on eating meat on the meditative path? I have nothing wrong with eating meat. I think my body got messed up on the vegan diet, and it was absolutely hell for 9 years. I recommend, you should eat meat. I do not believe in a vegan diet, and I do not believe in a vegetarian diet. I am actually completely against it. And as with eating meat, you don't need to necessarily eat it all the time. Now, that's going to be up to you. And you can go periods without eating meat and feel fantastic. But the underlying effects, so the consequences and negativities, they creep up on you, and by the time they come, you're not even going to know. For most people, or you could say some, I actually recommend eating raw meat, because this is the biggest second secret that I know. In raw meat, it can be eaten, it doesn't matter where it's from. That is not the truth that you've heard, because I've eaten it. There's more. There's no food like raw meat. It makes you completely still, and it gives you. It digests like no other food. No other food I've ever had like raw meat. Yeah. But I don't talk about that all the time, because not everyone's going to go do that. And you might not need to. So, yeah. Abiding in yourself is the first step and only step. Yeah, to fixing the world. In fact, I've heard people that so much stuff about raw meat. Some people, it actually fixes them. Yeah. Some people stop doing drugs. A lot of time when people do drugs, it's because they have a nutritional deficiency. Yeah. And you will see a lot of like people in the spiritual world, they say not to eat meat. Or they never talk about health or diet. They don't even have techniques for spirituality. They just talk. And while talking can work, there are other sides to life. Yeah. And as Zach was saying, when we fix ourselves, so there's a calling in our heart. It's always there. Oh, those are yellow mushrooms. When you listen to the calling, you are automatically on the path to merging with reality. That's what death really is, merging. You're getting closer to it. But when you actually follow what you love, you are abiding in love. So God is love. That's why they always say this. And so is that calling. And you fix the whole world, your whole destiny, by doing that thing you love. Some people are not going to go to, they're not going to chase spirituality, which is just stillness. They're going to chase what they love. But that's the best thing for them. Yeah. Yesterday I got bit by a tick. I think it was yesterday. And I just pulled it out today. Yeah. It's on my leg. Maybe I'll show you. Yeah, it's not showing. Oh well. You can't see it. But I do want to say, even the Dalai Lama, their tradition is not to eat meat. But the Dalai Lama was getting real sick. And the doctor told him, and this is recent, the doctor told him to eat meat. So, against the Buddhist philosophy, the Dalai Lama now eats meat. Yeah. What you eat is just really a philosophy, which, yeah, especially, the no meat thing. It's pretty much absurd. If you can get away with not eating meat, more power to you. But it's not something that you have to live by, because people actually will die because they don't want to eat an animal. Yeah. And we can talk about eating animal products and animals in a second. There's a rare group of people. Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate your words, Zach. They are drawn here by you. You're creating a vacuum of love that's drawing in the awakened and unawakened alike. God bless you too. I appreciate that. It is my life journey. I will be doing things, off the internet. In real life, I'll be doing things, which I already am, but we'll see that in the future. And God bless everyone here. Zach, I think you should write some poetry. Maybe come out with a simple poetry book. Maybe with some nice pictures. And you know what's funny? My mustache never got in my mouth. But someone made a YouTube comment like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. And I was like, nah. And he's like, how doesn't your mustache ever get in your mouth? I was like, I don't know. It just doesn't. And ever since that person said something, it's like it's been happening. It's been getting in my like tickling my lip. Yeah. I actually burnt some of my mustache a couple times, very lightly. So sometimes it's a little uneven. I wish we were all here walking with me, to be honest, or I was out in like Wyoming, Washington State, maybe in the Appalachian Mountains. I wish, I was with a group of people and we were going on that spiritual journey. Because we all have to come together. If you notice, the spiritual people or the people that are waking up, we're all not bundled tight together. We're in between a lot of negative energy, a lot of opposition, which is just unawakened people. And to the unawakened person that's subjected to being around a bunch of unawakened people, it can crush them. In fact, it actually crushes most people. Sage says, are you off grid? To that normal definition, no. I am going to be off grid. I'm actually already supposed to be. And it would be up in the Appalachian Mountains. I am still doing that. But it just hasn't happened yet. Yeah. But I'm not moving off grid and saying F the world like how people usually do. It's just to be with my friend. And because, yeah. But it's not going to be like a permanent thing where I'm even staying there for years. Because, again, I'm going to be doing live talks. And I'm going to be traveling around the whole world. So I'm never just going to be like, some remote area where you can't reach me. Yeah. See, it keeps going in my mouth. That's a good question, though, Sage. And I've been trying to, because my body is messed up. I don't know anybody other than like one person that has like an off-grid place, which is crazy because there's so many people around. How don't I know somebody? But I've actually been trying to go to a cabin where I can live like an off-grid life momentarily. So, because I want to chop wood, I want to go fetch a bucket of water. I only need like one small room. I want to be next to running water. Yeah. And I want to have fires. So. Hello, lunatic from the woods. I agree we are a meat-eating animal. Yeah. We are what we eat. But like We are made of muscle and we are made of fat. We don't have necessarily sugar that sugar doesn't build us, basically. Yeah. Our brain is literally made of fat. It's fat. Yeah. Fish and chicken are pretty good. Yeah. My mustache has never got in my mouth, Sage, until that person started saying something. And it's like more than ever right now, to be honest. Yeah. What's going on, Kevin? Washington State is pretty in Oregon. Yeah. I appreciate everyone being here, being ourselves, doing what we want to do is going to be the best for the world. Most people have stuff they want to do, but they never do it. And that's the worst of all. Because we came here to do the stuff we want to do. We are alive to feel life. There's nothing else to feel. Yeah, we have to go through negativity, emotions we don't want to really feel, and suffering just to get back to the point A, which is everything. Feeling the silence inside of us, which is life. Alive. We can get there by just moving our eyes slowly, as if we just got to a new exotic location, maybe a beach. Because this happens to people, but they're so caught up in the moment that it is happening that they're not being aware. They're just instantly happy. That is because they have actually stopped thinking. Which is good, but they are not aware. So they cannot take it with them, so to speak. And it is always there. It is always inside of you. So you can move the eyes slowly, and if you really catch on, you'll see that there's no thoughts. If you do it with enough alertness, if you do it with enough intensity, or if you just try. Does a straw have one hole or two? I would say one, but it probably needs two to open. So the best thing is always right now. Whether you're at work, it's the feeling inside of you. There's nothing else to feel. This is the epitome of life. This is the best feeling. So when you want to know God or reality, He will answer you. But if you want to actually feel Him, you have to give Him your heart. It's always about the heart. You could read the whole Bible, no verse for verse. But if you don't feel God's love, then what are you feeling? What is it worth? Because God is a feeling. There is no story. There is no text. It's like being in a video game where you're moving the character. Simply feeling God is no thinking. You're not thinking. That's the only way to feel Him. Now, God is a non-thinking entity. And that's why He's so powerful. And He is and merges with everything. You can, and you never will, see God because it's too immense. So a lot of people have a problem that they never see Him. It's because it has to be felt. We are it. The same feeling that keeps everything else alive. The air, it's alive. That's why you can feel it. You don't really see it. Every tree, every animal has something inside of them that we can't see. Which is a liveliness. If you ever seen something that's dead, you know it's missing something. So you know that something is inside of you. So again, we can follow the eyes. So we become the awareness. We become the looking. And if we do this efficiently, then we can lose all our thoughts. Yeah, these next days are supposed to be super hot. I don't ever watch the weather, but yesterday was hot as hell. And people are telling me it's gonna be really hot. Yeah. And to be frank, it's only morning right now, and it's already pretty hot. What God really is, what reality really is, even though we can't see it, even what spirituality really is, it's a stillness. And if we're always acting erratic, our mind is, oh yeah, this and that, then we cannot feel the stillness. That's the only true way to know God. You needed the stillness and all this commotion. Well, I can't believe Canada can even get hot. I mean, I know it's cold like probably like 9 months out of the year. It felt like this last winter, though, it felt like a whole damn year. Yeah. God bless everyone. May you have good fortunes. May you come to this self-realization. May you be filled with joy. Because everybody wants happiness that doesn't fade away. The mind's happiness fades away. But you are happiness. You can create a life where you do everything you want and where you feel happiness all the time. And that is simply feeling the soul. So we are happiness. And even if we can't become and feel the soul, we can still choose happiness and create that life. God bless you too, Zach. God bless you too, Kevin. God bless everyone in here. We can become anything we want to be. And again, even if we can't feel this inner happiness, we can still create positive life, positive thoughts, and do the stuff we want to. Because there is a happiness that never leaves. I actually felt this most of my life. Up until my body got so messed up I couldn't eat. But there is a happiness inside of us that wants us to find it. The universe is actually searching for you. But it actually is you. Our mind is the conduit that disrupts our connection. Our thoughts are what divide us between God and reality, or God and ourselves. And when we actually stop thinking, we become this awareness. The energy bursts through. Instead of being held down by the mind, that's what the mind does. And it also makes you focus in the mind. You actually have another focus that you can feel all around you. And it's very subtle, and it actually doesn't have a form. But it actually is the feeling of who you are. It's the feeling of life. And even when you think about it, reality, what is it? What is it? You can think about it, you can have a thought about it, but it has to be a vibration. It actually has to be a feeling, because then it wouldn't exist. So you only know sadness because you felt that before. You only have any recollection, any description of sex because you felt it. You wouldn't know it. It would just be a conception. So reality has to have a fundamental feeling. And it just so happens to be that we can feel that. We can feel, we are the feeling. So we're turning away from thinking, which is what we have to, complete. The only problem in the world is people think. Because when you begin to feel, that is the true reality. You know, it's like the final boss of a video game. Everything's just a reflection of me. And the final boss is actually your mind. You're an inspiration and a true conduit of the divine. Hats off to you, Zach. I hope you have a blessed day. What is holding us together? It's this energy, which is, they refer to it as God. And we can feel this. I really appreciate all you guys. We're going to go for like another 15 minutes. We just hit like an hour on the dot. Yeah. And the sad thing is, most people don't know this. They're caught in the labyrinth of the mind. And then it just goes to like attractions at amusement parks. and you could never get out of it. It's only when you get fed up with it. It's only when suffering happens and again, most people don't even know this. There is no other info that you need to know. You just need to feel. This has nothing to do with thoughts. I appreciate all you guys so much. I appreciate the world. And all our ancestors. I appreciate everything. And I hope you guys stay with this happiness and spread your joy and your love of who you are. To the world. There's no greater gift than to spread your joy. Your love. You will come to see this. You know, we see stuff on the screen, such as celebrities. We're not going to name any, but what they show you of who they are, that's not who they are. They're all hanging out together. They're not hanging with us. And if they do, it's a super rarity. So what they show us on the mainstream, and even what most people show us on the screen, they're not being authentic. They're not showing you 100% truth. Yeah. And again, the world, we don't have a lot of people that are in this stillness. So everyone's caught up in the external world. It's like everybody's in a non-ending, a never-ending amusement park. Everyone wants to escape. They want some form of entertainment. And there's nothing wrong with a little entertainment. But these people are trying to escape. The whole reason we came here, that we're on this earth, is to know our soul. This vast awareness that we are. And so when people go to Buddhist monasteries, when you enlist in the church, or maybe when you go to a satsang, Even when people go do ayahuasca in Peru, we're all searching for the same thing. We all want the same thing. We have to, some people and most people, they have to shed parts of their ego. Okay, I'm not this big tough guy I thought I was. Oh, I'm not Brendan Finizio. Oh, it's not all about lusting for a man or a woman. Oh, I'm not, it's not all about my job. It's not all about this man who I think I am. So who am I? Always question yourself. Who's the one watching all your thoughts? Just because you think doesn't that doesn't mean that's who you are. You are actually the observer that sees all your thoughts. Yeah. It's a blessing to be here. Yeah, we've all come together for a reason. And we're all doing this stuff in our life because we are working towards enlightenment of who we really are. Nice to see you, Matthew DaCosta. I want to show you guys a little something. Yeah, I've never seen these mushrooms either. And there's like a lot of different type of mushrooms out here. Yeah. I've there's like I guess they're all just springing up right now. And it is very hot. I've never seen ones like that in a circle shape. Yeah. JM says I have them on my property. Yeah. Here's another one. I'm not sure if they're silibin. Oh shit. Yeah. I was thinking I was gonna like get footage, which I already have the footage, and basically just talk over it. But the thing is, it takes a lot more work to do that. Yeah. And sometimes it is better to see me. So if you ever seen like a motivational video where it's just like someone speaking and footage, yeah. I'm sure people will do that in the future though. Hello JM, nice to see you. I can't even say that word right now. Psilocybin. Yeah. Did you cause here? There's even more right here. I mean, I've never seen some of these to be honest. Pretty good picture though too. You had an ego death on mushrooms? Yeah. Well, Lego, just ask yourself if you caused it. Yeah. Because we're about to be getting out of here. It's been an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah. I think I'm gonna check myself for ticks. Yeah. But I love all you guys. May you bring prosperity to the world. Yeah, I wouldn't eat any mushrooms, Zach. I just don't feel there's even any need to eat a mushroom. Yeah. Actually, I think a couple months ago, the Amish, I think, in right around Pennsylvania, they actually ate some toxic mushrooms, and it was on the news. Well, just Lego, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to respond, because that is the answer in itself. And also, you non-react. So tell him your truth, or sometimes just, again, sit on it. We always don't have to respond immediately. And then you can give a response. Yeah. Chat BT, Chat GBT said you handled it well. Just know that the blessings are inside of you. You hone the stillness, and you own your life. So for the stuff that you want to happen, you go make it happen. And God is on your side. I appreciate all you guys. May you have a wonderful day. Bless you all. I will be on tomorrow morning for sure. And maybe even tonight. Yeah. It'd be nice if I had a location to go at night, because my room is like scalding hot at night. May the force be with you. All right. I appreciate all you guys. May you find stillness. Great talk.